if I'm right about what this problem was with the Pan America, I'm gonna feel really, really stupid.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a brand new video. As you can see, I'm so excited. The Pan America is back, finally. And I didn't have to take it to the Harley Davidson dealership yet. Let me preface that by saying yet. So, those of you that have watched the last few videos, I've kind of explained what the problem is, and there's supposedly a fix for this problem. There is a recall on it, which I still need to take it to the end of the dealership to have the recall taken care of. But it has something to do with the starter and the battery, and one running, the other one down, and the Pan America not starting. Day before yesterday, I cracked the fob open on for the Pan America. I removed the battery, put the battery back in, went outside, and for whatever reason decided I was going to try to start the bike, and it started right up. So I left it running for a few minutes. Now, again, I've said in previous videos, I leave this bike on a tender, so the battery is always fully charged up. So I thought, well, that was interesting. So I left it running for a little bit, turned it off, went back in the house, came back out of the house, turned it back on, and the ignition fired, and I was able to start the bike right up again. So I didn't ride it that day, but then yesterday I went out to get on the bike and it wouldn't start again. The ignition wouldn't fire. And oh, by the way, one thing that I did, which was interesting, day before yesterday when all this happened and I got the bike started, I went in and I cleared all of the error codes and everything that was in the bike. I had read somewhere in a forum that somebody had done that and it had helped the problem. So I went in and cleared all the codes. And then I went in and reset my PIN code. For those of you that don't know, the Pan America, you have the fob, but then you can also have a unique 5-digit PIN that you can enter in the bike to bypass the fob. So if you ever lost your fob or you don't have the fob, whatever, you can still ride the bike. So while I had the bike started, I figured, you know what, I'm going to change all of this stuff. So I cleared the codes and entered and cleared the passcode and entered a brand new 5-digit code. So fast forward to today, well, yesterday really, Luke A. Shoots and I went out on just a quick little ride to grab some tacos. The bike started, didn't have any problem whatsoever. And I thought, wow, this is really interesting. And the more and more I think, every time I've fiddled with the battery and the fob, the bike has started. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to order some new batteries for the key fob. So I've ordered batteries. They have not come in yet. So I went out this morning. I've got to go in for a client meeting this morning. I really wanted to ride the Pan America. It wouldn't start. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do what I've been doing, and I've cracked open the case on the fob and messed around with the battery a little bit, put the fob back together. The bike still wouldn't start. So I was like, all right. So I've evidently got to wait till, I think it's a dead battery in the key fob, which shouldn't happen because the bike is just a little over a year old. The battery in the key fob shouldn't already be dead. But who knows what the case may be there. Maybe the dealership, got a bad batch of batteries and they're just not lasting, whatever the case may be. But then I remembered, well, I reset my 5-digit code. Let me try that. So I turned the bike on. Of course, it fires up, but it won't start because the ignition won't fire. But it pops up for me to enter my code. I entered my new code and boom, the ignition fired off and I was able to start up the bike. So I'm thinking that my entire problem for the last month and a half, 2 months with this bike has been a dead battery in the key fob. Now, there's probably a lot of you that are watching this going, yeah, dumbass, that would have probably been the first thing I thought of. And honestly, I did think about it, but then I kept going back, and the bike's a year old. There's no reason for the key fob to be dead. But Josh, as Josh sees it, mentioned that he just had to change the battery in his key fob for his BMW GS, which is also just a year old. So I thought, okay, maybe this is the battery. And then it got me thinking even more, how many people out there that are having this issue with the Pan America are in the same position I was, in the same boat, thinking that it's this huge problem between the starter and the battery and the ignition system and all. And really what it is on the first round of Pan Americas that came off of the assembly line and got packaged and sent out to the dealers, they were all sent out with key fobs with bad batteries. Because if you read about this problem online, you'll see a ton of information out there about it, that it's a known problem, there's hardly issued a recall for it, and all of this stuff. And it only is affecting, from what I understand, it's only affecting the first generation Pan Americas like this one, 2021, the first ones that came off the assembly line. Could I possibly have stumbled onto a major fix here that is actually not a problem with the starter? It all has to do with the batch of bad batteries from the factory. I'm starting to think that this may be the case, but nevertheless, I am so happy to have it back. I really do love this motorcycle. I made a video, a couple videos back, about why I hated my Harley Davidson Pan America, and that had to do with when Harley rolled out the Pan America, they were not prepared for the success. Now, why you would ever, as a manufacturer, come out with a motorcycle that you didn't expect to do well, I don't know. I don't think we live in the day and times now where you can take chances. Maybe we do. But they were so unprepared that when these came out, you couldn't get the side mounting hardware. You couldn't get hard panniers. You couldn't even get the soft panniers, but it wouldn't matter if you could, because the side mounting hardware was on back order for a year. It's starting to get a little bit better now, but that was my main complaint. Sorry guys, I sound so stopped up. I guess this is how winter's gonna affect me in California. But I bought this bike to go on adventures, to be able to pack stuff and carry stuff with me, and the side mounting hardware not being available, then the panniers not being available, nothing being available, basically made this a bike that you cannot take on an adventure. And then Lone Rider came to the rescue, and they sent me all of the bags and everything that I use right now so that I can take stuff with me on the Pan America. Now, a lot of people on that video kept commenting that it was clickbait. I don't understand how it's clickbait when I very clearly stated exactly why I hated my Pan America. And in the video, I explained why I started loving it again after Lone Rider provided me all the bags. So anyway, glad to have the bike back. I love it. I'm ready for some adventures. We're even talking about going this weekend and possibly doing Santiago Peak, which I've done before. And honestly, if you look online about that ride going up the mountain there, they say it's beginner and easy. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you, it is not beginner and it is not easy. It's a tough day's work going up that mountain and coming back down, mainly because of all the rocks and it's just really dodgy. It's just really dodgy. Go ahead. But the main reason that I bought this bike was to do those kind of things. So I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to get this thing on the road more, shoot more content with it, more adventure style content. I hope that's something you guys are interested in. But we need some dirt roads, we need some mountains, we need some fire roads. I'm going to take out the drone with us if we go this Friday and really have some fun with it. And hopefully it'll be me, Luke, and Josh, maybe a couple other people, and we'll go check it out. I got to run into a client meeting. We'll stop the video here. I'll pick it back up whenever I leave and tell you guys about some things that are coming up here on the channel. we're back on the bike, about to cruise through Laguna Beach. I know I say it just about every time, but one of the best things about living here in coastal Orange County is being able to drive PCH and drive through Newport Beach, Corona del Mar, Laguna Beach, Dana Point, San Clemente. This whole little coastal region is just, it's freaking amazing, and some of the best riding anywhere. Super pumped and glad that the Pan America is back in action. Now that it's back, right before it kind of gone down, one of the things I needed to do is, especially for winter, go get some new protective gear, maybe jacket, some new pants and stuff like that. The stuff that I have for it that I normally wear is more summer oriented, and it's decently cool right now. I mean, it's I don't know what the exact temperature outside. It says it's 70, but riding down the PCH with the ocean breeze coming off, it's pretty cool. May go home, get the wife, hop on the Street Glide, and maybe run grab some coffee and go up to Cycle Gear, take a look, see if they've got any Black Friday sales going on. That's one thing. Really, I've been getting a lot of emails. If you guys haven't, look at this idiot. Wow, okay. Getting a lot of emails from a lot of the different manufacturers and stores and retail outlets. A lot of people are going to have some really good Black Friday sales. So this would be a good time to pick up some of that gear that you might have not yet picked up because the pricing was a little high. A lot of traffic. Of course, you guys are watching this on a Wednesday. It's actually Tuesday. A lot of traffic out here in Laguna Beach, but all the kids are out of school for Thanksgiving break. Love being able to split lanes in California, though. Saves so much time. Alright, so as you can see, we switched up bikes, went home, got the Harley Davidson Street Glide, and got the wife on the back. We are going to go grab some coffee at Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, one of our favorite stops. We love getting out on the bike, riding a little bit, going and grabbing coffee. And then we're going to circle over by Cycle Gear and see what they've got on sale, see what they might have, some early Black Friday sales. So let's go check that out. I definitely need some new stuff, adventure gear. Most of my stuff, like I said, is summer, and so I need to kind of stock up a little bit on some winter gear. So we'll run over there and see what they've got. I've had a couple of you guys message me or DM me on Instagram. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at @Freeman. Also make sure that you're following all of my social media accounts are verified with the blue check. So Don't ever communicate with anybody that has my name that doesn't have the blue check. We've had that happen before. It was a horror story. But I've had several of you ask about what I'm doing with this GoPro footage to get it to look the way that it looks. One of the top key things that I always use are the PolarPro ND filters. They are an absolute must. Helps you control the shutter. You can keep the shutter speed. You can set the ISO a little bit lower. And it keeps everything looking a lot better whenever you have ND filters. So if you're running a GoPro, I know I've got the 7, 8, 9, and 11. If you're running one of those models, especially the 8 and up, 9 for sure, make sure you grab a set of the PolarPro ND filters. They make all the difference in the world. To get some haters on this video, tell me that I clickbaited everybody. They thought it was a Pan America video. Sorry guys, the Pan America with 2 people on it is not the best. If I had the hard case as the top box with the back pad on it, that might be better for having a rider on the back, but we tried that once and she didn't necessarily like riding on the back of the Pan America, and I don't blame you. You know, you set up so much higher than the rider, it's not a comfortable position to be in. So for those of you that think I'm clickbaiting you for a Pan America video and we're now on the Street Glide, fuck off. Go bother somebody else on their channel. A couple of you have commented as well that you've enjoyed seeing a lot of Southern California and Orange County. One of the things that I've seriously been thinking about doing is doing a ride series where we go all over Southern California with specific rides, you know, PCH to Malibu or to Venice or, you know, to LA, even go south down to San Diego. If there's anything you guys would love to see, don't hesitate to drop it in the comments, because I really do want to put this series together and show you guys some of the best rides here in Southern California, particularly Orange County. I want to do the same thing on the adventure bike on the Pan America as well. Maybe pick out some of the BDRs, some of the best off-roading riding that you can get here in Orange County. So, like I said, if you have any ideas, I would love to hear them. Just drop them down in the comment section below and we'll just kind of look at them and we'll figure out which ones we want to do, and we will knock them off one at a time. I get such a kick out of this, and I don't know why, because it's probably not right of me at all, but it's just my personality. For those of you that don't know me really well, some people here, they just hate it when you split lanes, and I just love the fact that it bugs them so much. I love the fact that it bothers them. Yes, the coffee bean and tea leaf. Hashtag not sponsored, but should be. I only spend about $200,000 a year here. just had some good coffee, and we're gonna run down to Cycle Gear, see what's going on. We're also having an issue with our Cardo Edge system. They just stopped pairing, and even the app on the phone doesn't recognize my unit, so we bought them at Cycle Gear. We'll get them to help us figure out what the problem is.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. Great being back on the Pan America again. I did get home, realize that I did get the batteries from Amazon. We're going to throw that in the key fob and see if that was the whole problem. I'm going to feel a little stupid if in fact that was the entire issue, but nevertheless, most important thing is it's back on the road. It was great getting out, coming back home, getting on the street glide, going out, grabbing coffee. It's a beautiful night here in Southern California as we get ready for Thanksgiving. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, like the video, drop comments down in the comment section if there's anything you guys want to know, anything you guys want to see. I'd be happy to do it. But anyway, it's good to be here with you. And which I won't, we'll have another video coming on Friday, which is going to be the comparison of the GoPro Hero 11 Black versus the new DJI Osmo Action 3. So we're going to test that out. That video coming on Friday. I wish every single one of you a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, and most importantly, think of all the things that we have in our lives to be thankful for, which even those of you that don't think you do, you're breathing right now, and that's something to be thankful for. See you guys in the next video.